This type of Yerushalmi Pesachim, the article Oz edition, we're on top of Daf Lamed Beis Amav Mam Shetap Yom Kippurim Shabbos B'Shabbos, which in the Vilna is about 18 lines from the bottom of Daf Kaf Ches Amud Aleph. Yom Kippurim Shabbos B'Shabbos. It's in the classic Vilna edition. It's opposite the line above the Gilin Shas. So Yom Kippurim Shabbos B'Shabbos Maladir Kavashim Mishlokas Min Mincha Lamala. Can you when Yom Kippur comes out on Shabbos, can you rinse off pickled vegetables and cooked vegetables from the mincha above? Now, on a regular Yom Kippur, that's okay. The question is Yom Kippur comes on Shabbos. Rava Marmuter, Asa Rab Lezer Marmuter. Rav said no. When there's this double whammy of Shabbos Yom Kippur, it's not okay. Only if it's Stami Yom Kippur. Lezer says it's mutter. Rav says it's okay. So Yaakov Ba'ach B'Shem Lezer said Matam Omer Medichin Kvashim Mishlakas Min Mincha L'Malam Meidnei Sakana. Why is the reason not doing a regular Yom Kippur? It's because sakana, right? So either because of the sakana of if you're going to have to wait till too long, Motzei Shabbos, you're going to sakana of hunger, or the Pnei Moshe says later on because sakana of toloim, you have to make sure there are no worms in your vegetables you're about to eat. Sometimes not because of the isser, because the sakana being toloim. So that's the case. Shani sakana Yom Kippur Shabbos B'Shabbos, Shani Yom Kippur Shabbos Yom Chol Chol. Rebbe Lezer's right. Right? That's what he's saying. Yaakov was in Rebbe Lezer, right? Rebbe Lezer's right, because the Sakon is no different. So it's a Bechania Chevron the Rabbanan, but Rabbi Chania, the friend of the rabbi, said, Masisa Pli Rebbe Lezer. Yeah, but the same thing in Mishnah, which goes like Rav, not Rebbe Lezer. It says Yom Kippur Shalos B'Shabbos. Yom Kippur comes on Shabbos. Chalos Mischalekas L'Erev. It says the Lechem Aponim, which is distributed every Shabbos, can't be distributed on Shabbos, the Yom Kippur. They have to wait till Motzei Shabbos, till Motzei Yom Kippur. So we see when there's a double whammy situation, Yom Kippur and Shabbos, you have to wait to do the preparations after Shabbos is over. It says, well, no. Shani Yishai Deshu Dovakal is different because since it's a light thing, dividing up chalos takes really quick and it's very easy. So therefore, and it's already, of course, fully baked. So therefore, you divide up on during the daytime before Yom Kippur's out. Afraid you're going to eat from it. So therefore, we don't let you do it. But but that doesn't apply here by the case of the Yerek, which takes a long time. It's an involved labor. So there, maybe Rebbe is correct. You can't start on Yom Kippur Shalos B'Shabbos. Okay, it's fine. Eser Pinchas asked, Masisa Rebbe Lezer Pliga Lavi. The court may change the gears to Masisa Pliga Lavi Rebbe Lezer. If you don't change the gears, that's what it means. This following brisa seems to be Rebbe Lezer. A little bit of cryptic brisa. It says Yom Kippur Shalos B'Shabbos. Yom Kippur comes on Shabbos. Then Shabboson Shvos. So it's a Shabboson Shvos. So there's a Shabboson, Yom Kippur, and Shvos also of Shabbos. Chol Shabboson Shvos. On a weekday also Shabboson Shvos. So a weekday it says explicitly in the Torah by Yom Kippur, right? Shabboson Hilachem. Right, so it's a Shabboson on a weekday. So in B'chol Shabbos lo koshrim Shabbos. So if a weekday you have to desist certainly on Shabbos. So what's the price going to tell us here? Saying that it's a Shabbos on Shvos, a Chol Shabbos on Shvos, they're both the same. So lo tzurcha do ella afil dvarim shamutza l'sos b'chol. Must be it's going to tell you that even things that you're allowed to do Yom Kippur is on Chol, right? Despite the fact that it's called Shabboson. Shabbos saying Shabbos, but when Yom Kippur goes to Shabbos, and it's not because the plus says Shabboson, but because it's a double whammy of Shabbos and Yom Kippur. So the things that you could do on a regular Yom Kippur, which is not Shabbos, you have to desist from on Shabbos and Yom Kippur. Bezeh hadachas kvoshim u'shlochis, right? That's hadachas kvoshim u'shlochis, which is again like Rav and not like Rabbi Elazar. So Rabbi Yaakov was after B'Shem Bevo said nirin dvarim b'dover shadarkol avo b'tzoynin. So he says that that which you're matirit on on a regular Yom Kippur. So it says in Bnei Moshe, and the Korban it's a different shot, but Bnei Moshe seems to be superior. That which allowed you to rinse these vegetables on Yom Kippur comes weekday. Dafka dover shedarko lavo b'tzoynen la'achila. It's specifically things that are eaten cold. Going Yerokos, Yerokos Shochan Song Shechaim, such a vegetable when they're raw. Bechaimets with vinegar, or shaman, or oil, with the dressing. So then you can rinse them off so they'll be ready for quickly in the evening. But it's something which is normally eaten cooked. It says you have to cook it anyway at night in order to eat it. Why should we allow you to do preparations from the mincha and beyond in the afternoon of Yom Kippur? Do it during after nightfall. Ad yada gaushu makanev. Until the water boils over, boils over. You have time to clean the vegetables. It says pretty much to wait water to boil. So you have to wait till the water boils. In the meantime, you can make sure to take off whatever you have to take off in order to smooth them out in order to fix them. So the whole hetzer should only apply to vegetables you can eat raw, not vegetables that you're going to have to cook anyway. So the Amar Mana said, no, if he's going to say that they should draw this distinction, and by cooked vegetables you should wait till nightfall. Af at meat by Amar Ken af mizbayish. This is the there's the Shneur Schos brings down a nuscha afhu mishtabish. He's going to be distorted. And if his bayish also means that something along the those lines. There's going to be a distortion. Although Moshe gives an interesting shot here. Let's see in a second. V'lo mekanev, it's not going to be mekanev. Nimtza boy de sakona. It's coming to the sakona. So the Karmei says, he's embarrassed to show that he wants to eat them raw. Domestic Havanusa, because it looks like he's so hungry to eat raw vegetables. he's a sakana, and he's going to come to the sakana because he's going to say, okay, I got to cook them. He'll cook in chalik. Therefore, since he's going to delay and say, if it can't be by Yom. And so then we'll say Yom Kippur, somehow he's going to be embarrassed to show himself that he wants to eat it cold, and he's going to delay it until he cooks the taka, and that's going to be to bring him to to delay his eating even further. Those are not clear so much. Moshe seems better. He says Afu Mizbayish Kamar Misakeh, which is a little more similar to Mishtabish, distorted. He's going to be impeded. Lashon Bechel Aboshu. Which is lashon like that in Tanakh. V'lo kind of klal. He's not going to be kind of at all. Shememar ba'erev la'asos tavshil, because he's going to go and now going to go do it quickly in order to cook the dish. Needs to be sakona. He's going to come sakona imibnei a tiny shemis akevu, either because of tinies, because you're waiting. The omnei hatoloim, or because of the worms. Shebeyarik in the vegetable. Ein lo pnai kind of a siron. He doesn't have time to clean them off and remove the worms. So in any event, it's not clear because we just said right a moment ago that he has time to mechanic while he's waiting to cook, and now we're saying no, that's not really enough time. But both Moshe are a bit choppy here. So I think going with the term mishtabish. It comes out like this. He gets discombobulated. So he's discombobulated, and he's either going to forget to do the kniva, and he'll have the problem with the worms, like Moshe said, or he's going to not forget that he could do the kniva at the same time he's boiling the water, and he's not going to realize that he'll be efficient that way. First do kniva and then boil the water, or maybe he'll boil the water and then realize that's kniva afterwards. But in any event, it's going to get discombobulated, and it's going to extend the tinus and come to the sakona. So I think that's the word mishtabish. And final analysis does work out better, and this means that he's embarrassed, and not that he's going to delay, but he's going to get discombobulated. That's the problem. So next more, it seems to go a regular Yom Kippur, not on Shabbos. It says, and he says, Amalei Shari. So again, it's going to Bnei Moshe is going a regular Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur Shechalios B'Shabbos B'Chol. But I'm not sure. It could be that he's asking in this Machlokas Rav Rebbe Lezer, which we had, where he passing like Rav Rebbe Lezer on Shabbos. And he's telling that we pass on Rebbe Lezer. Let's see what the article says. Sounds like he's telling us about a regular Yom Kippur. Yeah, he's would be Iker Din Adachas Yerakas Yom Kippur. Okay, so he said it's mutter, and he's not getting them because Rabbi Elazar. Rabbi Zira boy, Rabbi Ami. No, I skipped. Rabbi that was. Rabbi boy Rabbi Am Maladia Kvash Mishlas Michal Mal Ishar Yaakov Achad Shar Rabbi Chia Rabbi Yosef Maladia Kvash Mishlas Michal Mal Ishar. He said it's permitted to serve mice in the same way. Rabbi Zira boy Rabbi Ami Mal Memel Chalita. Can you tell to a chalita is normally like a kind of bagel making type process where you put the dough into boiling hot liquid, but it's. I think here it just means a general baker. Can you tell a non-Jewish baker avli chalita to bake bread for you for Motzei Yom Kippur on Yom Kippur itself? Ma'u mem chalita avli chalita. Make me a bread for Motzei Yom Kippur on Shari. So it says it's permissible. The avli tupin. So this is the first. The Moshe differentiates. The first one was tar chalita, and this one's a bread. So the first one, but the Karmeida says it's a superior type of bread, which requires much more work, much more intensive type of work. So Shari, you also mentioned this. Avli psila. What can you say? That make for me, prepare for me a wick. In other words, a candle. So Armalei Lo, he said no. My benzel what's in between these things? Zeh ochel nefesh. This is ochel nefesh. In other words, the food is necessary in order for him to survive. In order because he's been fasting the whole day. Zayin ochel nefesh and psila to light a candle. It's nice to have a candle to Yom Kippur, but that's not ochel nefesh, so we're not going to match that. So I don't think in the Bavli you have this halacha at all that you're allowed to actually tell a guy to make for you bread on Yom Kippur. It's for you to have ready Motzei Yom Kippur. And I think in fact we're machmir with the machmir such case on Al Kadesh Yaseh. That it would not allowed. It wouldn't be allowed to go like as we know to go to Dunkin' Donuts or some other bakery where there's the non-Jews are baking on Shabbos Yom Kippur right after the Yom Tov is over, right after Shabbos is over, in order to get the bread, because we're afraid that you might have made it for the Jews, unless you know for sure the majority of their customers at that point are non-Jews. So it's interesting to have this hat in the Yerushalmi, which I don't think actually, again as I said, I don't think actually the Bavli brings it down. I don't see the article brings it down. He does bring down that from the Shulchan Aruch and Mishnah Berurah that we today people refrain from hadachas yirakos and amir l'nachri to do malacha Motzei Yom Kippur even min mincha l'mala because they might go do it from before mincha. But this whole thing of telling a guy to do this from on Yom Kippur for Yom Kippur, I don't think it's in the Bavli at all. Yeah. Okay. Says the next Mishnah. Locha Ches. Makom Shanagul Asos Malach B'Tisha B'Av Osim. Place where the customs to do Malach B'Tisha B'Av, you can do it. Makom Shanagul Shlo Asos Ein Osim. Place where the is not do Malach, you don't do Malacha. Chol Makol Tev Yachon B'Til. No matter what the Yachon is not working on Tisha B'Av. And Shimon Gamliel Omer Yasu Kol Dam Atzon Tam Yachon. It's appropriate. Everybody makes themselves like Tam Chol. Disrespect and not to do Malacha on Tisha B'Av. A similar Gemara to what Gemara said previously. How is it possible that we say that Malkum Shenagul Asos Malacha you should do it? Sounds like even people would have a minute in their place not doing Malacha on Tisha B'Av. they should do malacha on Tisha B'Av. So Rabbi Avun in this place where minhag is do malacha. Rabbi Avun, Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, and Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya said bin matamiyah, where it would be astonishing to people and it looked like gaiva if you refrain from doing malacha on Tisha B'Av because they all do malacha on Tisha B'Av. So it'd be a davar tamula rabbin to refrain from doing malacha. In that case, you should do malacha together with the people doing malacha there. Okay. So the Gemara says Yasu kol adam atzon tamid chachamim. In other words, according to Rishon Gamliel, how can ever shayach a minute do malacha on Yom Kippur on Tisha B'Av? Everybody should make a Talmid Chacham. Right? He's encouraging everybody to make a Talmid Chacham. Make everybody Talmid Chacham. Why they allow such a minute to fester? The people do malacha on Tisha B'Av. So it's called small low goes to Chacham, but they'll be on Tisha B'Av. That's Chacham and not want to make a decree. So but everybody has to desist from working on Tisha B'Av. Perhaps it's better for some people to work, so they won't be holding batel. So therefore, they didn't want to. That's why the Lashon B'Taylor here. They didn't want people to be batel, so they didn't make such a gzeira. That's one way of learning it. That's a question and answer. Another way of learning it would be that's it's all one long question. Yeah, so call them tamir chamim. Is it appropriate for everybody to make those tamir chamim like Chacham suggested? Why should it be appropriate? The Chacham didn't make a zera to not do malach on Tisha B'Av. So either it's question and answer. Let everybody be tamir chacham. The Gemara says no. They want everybody to be batel, or it's all on a question and saying why does anybody make a tamir chacham? Right? Why say everybody should make this a Talmid Chacham? There's no such decree. Why should people be machmir? And that's the case. Gemara doesn't answer the question. Okay, the Korban has a different shot, but it seems a bit convoluted, and it doesn't seem to be with the way we learned Matmiyah when we had it previously. So we'll skip it. Halach above. Chachamim b'Yehuda osim melacha. What's the asterisks here? Going somewhere. I guess there's a shas. And they do malacha at Pesach until chatzos. God lo yasim kol ikar, and God didn't do any malacha at all the entire day of Erev Pesach. Halayla, the night before, and the night Yudal, Beishamay osim Beishamay also do malacha. Beisam matzir achet neitzcham. They still allow you to do malacha until an Eitzachama. Okay, so the Gemara says. Yom Aser. Sounds like the day is Aser. Says Moshe the Yom Aser Abagala Kai. So it's going on the Galil. The two low plea Beisham Beisil below the Dalit. Yom Aser L'Divyakol. So Beisham is clearly going in the Galil, right, where they hold the Yom Aser. The question is in Galil where the Yom Aser. What about the night before, right? But where do they get this concept that the entire day should be Aser, right? We had the idea that previously we had the idea that when you bring the Korban Pesach, it's like a moed, and they were waiting for Malacha. But where's the source for the entire day for that minute? So Rabbi Lezer Shem Rabbi Yosha said this minute Yom Pesach Hu Hashem. And so Kubnei Moshe says, Yom Pesach Hashem Yichsi v'chodesh Yishon Basar v'chodesh Pesach Hu Hashem. Mashma Kol Yom Yudaled Nikra Siyas HaKorban Pesach. Sounds like it says the 14th day is Pesach Hu Hashem. Sounds like the entire day is called Siyas Korban Pesach. V'asim Melacha. And so it's Malka Amir Reish Pirkin Eimnish Titask Malachta v'Korban Chakarev. It's not appropriate that you should be the malach by a korban is brought. So this is saying that Yom Pesach Hu Hashem, that means the entire day. Rabbi Yaakov Bar Achab b'Shem Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Lo b'Shem Rabbi Lezer said Shnei Talmidim Shanu Osa. It says Moshe Hamasnis in the Reish Pirkin. The Mishnah being Pirkin the Torah some minhag said Erev Pesach is a minhag. In the morning is a minhag. Masisa the asik kol yom. Our minhag was mashma that it's in the goal. It wasn't just a minhag. It was also the entire day. Straight and knew. Two tonight. One else a minhag. One else says iser. Mishishana said lo shana. One learned one way, not learn the other. One way, not learn the other way. Amar Abizir said ashkachta matlos enun. He says no. So there are three. And actually, Chadamar, also one says also do the Melacha Erev Pesach in the morning. Chadamar Mutter, and one says it's Mutter to do Melacha. And Chadamar Minug, it's a Minug. So Bnei Moshe explains, Ashkar Batlasi Nun Ashkar Chol the Tlos at Tanay Chulub Dora. Ha'achamar also kol yom medina kai dan shegolim. It's also the entire day. Chadamar Mutter kodem chatzos. It's Mutter before chatzos. Kanchi Yehuda. But that's in our Mishnah, right? Chadamar, the minhag talia, that's Ketana Reish Pik, and he holds it's a minhag. So it's really three tanaim: Aser, Mutter, and minhag. Okay, it says halacha zayin. Rameir Omer Kol Malacha Hischel Ba Kodem Yudalad. Any malacha you began before Yudalad, Gomer Yudalad can complete it on Yudalad. Abalei Eschabad B'Tchil Yudalad. Shouldn't start malacha Yudalad. Abishal Gomer even can complete it. Before Yonta begins. Chachamim say Shalosh Omnios Osim L'Erev Pesachim. The three craftsmen who could do Melacha Erev Pesach: Hachayotim, tailors; Saporim, barbers; Vakovsim, and launderers. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Af Rotzim, even also leather workers. These are obviously necessary crafts to get done in Erev Yontif. And I think Mark's going to elaborate on this. So first says that you can complete the Malach in Yudal if you can before Yudal, that as long as it's for Tzarech Yontif. Avalescha Barabasa, we shouldn't start the Malach on the 14th. I feel Davar Shul Tzarech on Moed, even so which is necessary for the Moed. That's right, Meir Shita. The three craftsmen who can do their work Erev and Erev Pesach, Hachayotin, tailors, and they can do it even in the afternoon, it seems. Because even you can since a regular person can sew on Chol Moed, if it's a Maisa Hediot and not a Maisa Uman, so therefore they allowed that on Yudalid, which is lighter than Chol Moed, that even an Uman can do sewing. Saporin, barbers can work all day on Erev Pesach. Shkein Nazir and Mitzorah Megach Moed, because a Nazir or Mitzorah can be Megalech Moed. So therefore, you can also the barbers can work Erev Pesach even after Chatzos. Again, because normally in Chol Moed you find certain people can take barber haircuts. So in Erev Pesach, everybody could take haircuts. Similarly, Akovsin, laundress, came there, Olin, Mituma Tara, people going from Tuma to Tara, and they have to have Torah clothing as well, so they are allowed to wash their clothes on Chol Moed. Now, it seems, the article brings down named Rabbi Yonah, that none of these people can start in the afternoon. They can only start in the morning. And if they start in the morning, they can continue working in the afternoon. The article himself, that's in the article brings down notes. In the text itself, the article goes with the assumption that even these two melachs only matter in the morning. Evidently, it's going to a place where normally they're not place of the minhag is not or the Golio, where it's either the minhag or usher to work in the morning, so they were matir, these three munios. But I think the push-up shot is it's not going going in the morning, and we're going in a place where the malacha is allowed to be in the morning, and this is going to say if they start in the morning, they can complete in the afternoon. I think that's like Rabbi Yor. I think that's the push-up shot in the sukkah here, because it seems they're extrapolating from Chol Moed to even after Yudad even after Chatzos. I'm only allowing 3 umnios. But evidently only if they started before Yontif. But if they started before Yontif, so they can before the Chatzos, they can continue after Chatzos. Omer Afra wrote onion. Also the leather workers. The people came on the Rego. They had to fix their shoes and the sandals with which they came in the Rego. Rabbanan says no. Shimon, are you? The rich people would come up to Aliyah Regel. Poor people stayed home. Uveim Ayolin used to come up by animals. Rashi says, Korban says, show you, also in the Shalom Regel, the Misha ain't no karka potem minaria. So if he doesn't have land, is poor, is exempt from Mia. Follow Behema. These people came up on by animal. They didn't go. They didn't go come by foot. They didn't wear out their shoes on the road. Recently, they found Ir David, the steps in which they came up to Yerushalmi, and it's very moving to actually walk on those steps. You can walk on them nowadays, but I think that was the last leg. They came by foot, but till then they came on animals. And I think there's a Pharisee Yisrael who has a suffix: if you Mekayim Aliyah L'Regel, if you come up in a train, and this seems to hold that you would. And Amud Yerushalayim, in fact, has a discussion of this here. The Amud Yerushalayim to Yerushalayim, the Amud Yerushalayim Tinyana, yeah, whole discussion of it. Okay, so but that's it for us for today. We got to the end of the Amud, and we'll stop here for today.